All right, here we go. This one's going to be a 41 versus 44 Magnum test. Today we have some Hornady ammo to try out. So for the 41, that one is a 210 grain XTP. That one looks like nice wide hull point cavity on that one. Does have just your standard brass case, and that one is rated at 1,545 feet per second. And for the 44 Magnum, that one is a 240 grain XTP. Same brass case on that one. It is rated at 1,350 feet per second. So for the 41, we're going to be testing it out of the Smith & Wesson Model 57. That one does have a 6-inch barrel. And for the 44, we have our Ruger Super Blackhawk Bisley Hunter, and that one does have a 7.5-inch barrel. So we'll be going through our gel. It is a 10% block. We do have our catch block here in the back. So we do have a total of 25 inches of gel. We have our 4 layers of cotton t-shirt on the front, and like always, we'll set up our chronograph so we can hopefully pick up those impact velocities. So let's set up and see what these rounds can do. First one up will be that 41 Magnum. All right, we're setting back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did on that one. So it looks like we got an error on that one. Let's see if we can go back. I think the cotton t-shirt kind of covered it up. Yeah, we weren't able to pick it up. That was from a previous shot. But last time I did test that one, right at about 1,500 feet per second. So we might shoot one off camera just to at least get that muzzle velocity. So let's see how we did. All right, so it looks like we got it right where we wanted, right here on this left side. You can actually see down in that cavity. Pretty good so far. It looks like a nice star pattern on that one. Check that out. We got some massive damage going on right here on the top. Looks like we did make it into that second block. So we were able to actually catch this, so it's definitely good, but pretty big stretch so far. So let's see from the top, we're pretty much all the way over. Looks like we had a blowout. We are about 3 3/4 inches on that top. So it's actually really good. So let's check it out from the side. So same thing on the side. Looks like as soon as it came in, opened up really nicely, and there's a huge stretch cavity on that one. It does look like there is a fragment here on the top, and then we did actually catch it here in this second block. So not too bad at all. So let's see this stretch from the side at our widest point. So it looks like that is same, about 3 3/4 inches. So pretty consistent right there. So it looks pretty good. Oh, I guess there is a fragment down here too. So let's see. So this one is 11-inch block, and then we traveled about 3 1/4 inches in this second block. So what's that? 14, about 14 1/4 inches of penetration. So not too bad. Looks like we did dump quite a bit of energy here in this first block. So looking pretty good so far. So let's set up for that 44 Magnum and see how that one does. All right, we're setting back to 15 feet. All right, so it looks like we actually got an error on that one. So it's kind of a bummer. That's the whole point of these videos, to kind of get this impact velocity, but this t-shirt keeps flying right over the sensor. So let's see. Yeah, still not anything. So what we'll do is we'll just reshoot these just to see what kind of numbers we're getting, but it looks like a pretty good hit so far. So let's see how we did. All right, so here's the entry for that one. Looks like we got a pretty good hit on this one too. And once again, you can see right down in there, nice huge hole going in on the entry, and a pretty big star pattern. Man, check this out from the top. It's that track on the left. That thing is huge. going all the way through. It looks like we passed about halfway through that second block, so quite a bit of penetration. Man, that's pretty impressive right there. It does kind of collide with that 41 shot, but we'll do our best to get that measurement. Let's see. From what I'm seeing, we're at about 4.25 inches on that stretch on that one, so a little bit more than that 41, so that is definitely impressive on that. Let's check it out from the side, and same thing from the side. Looks like we came in, opened up really nicely, did shed just a few petals in that one, and then like I said, it made it halfway through this block. So let's see our measurement from the side. It doesn't look as big from the side than the top, but so we are just about 3 inches from the side. So still pretty good, but man, that was a huge stretch cavity on that one. So we made it from the very edge 7 1/8 inches on this second block. So what's that, 18 1/8 inches of penetration. This one I believe was 14 1/4. So just a few more, was that 4 inches past that 41 Magnum. Man, that is super impressive though. Quite a bit of damage. Let's check it out one more time from the top. So one on the right is the 41, one on the left is that 44 Magnum. So here is that 41. Coming in really nicely, opened up perfectly. And really did some good damage on that. That one did shed quite a few petals on that one. And our 44. Look at that one. Just visually, that one's super impressive. Came in and just tore this stuff up. Really good to see there. And that one carried all the way through. Made it about halfway into that next block. So quite a bit of penetration on that. So let's pull these rounds and see what they look like. All right, check these things out. They both got some major expansion. One on the right is the 41, one on the left is that 44 Magnum. But man, that is pretty impressive right there. So here's that 41. Still quite a bit of gel stuff back in these, but we'll rinse them out later. But check that out. Looks like it made it to its breaking point on this one. And like I said, I have tested this one in the past, just kind of messing around, and we're usually getting about 1,500 plus feet per second out of it. So really impressive. We did lose a little bit of that lead core. Check those petals out. Just peeled all the way back, folded right over the base of that bullet. But we still did get some pretty good mushrooming on that one. Man, that was definitely moving out pretty fast for it to do that. Like I said, we will shoot a couple over the chronograph just to hopefully pick up a velocity on those. But there's that 41. And here's that 44 Magnum. Check that one out too. Same thing. This one mushroomed back perfectly. There's still just a little bit of gel stuffed in this one too. But perfect mushroom on that. Let's get that gel off. But yeah, perfect mushroom. And just peeled right back. There's a couple petals that tried to fold over that base, but didn't quite make it. But man, that thing was moving out pretty good. Very impressive for both of those. So there's the bottom. And the top of those. So once again, that was 41 Magnum versus 44 Magnum. And if you guys are enjoying these, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Always appreciate you guys checking these videos out. And as always, thank you for watching. All right, here's that cross section for that 41. Looks like it came in and opened up really nicely. Got some huge star patterns going on. And we did dump a couple petals or fragments down in there. But did a lot of tearing in this stuff. And I did remeasure this one, and we are right at 4 inches at some of the widest splits. So quite a bit of damage so far. So let's cut it open. All right, and here's after being cut. This is the right side, and this top one is the left side. So after I cut it, it did kind of fall apart. It's barely hanging on by a thread here, but you can see as soon as it came in right there, started opening up. There is a couple little not fragments, but you know, I'm drugging a little bit of that cotton t-shirt right there. but did quite a bit of damage. There's a huge stretch cavity going all the way through. This little piece is barely hanging on, but got some really deep cuts down in there. A couple more fragments also. But yeah, you can see right there where it did drag in some of that cotton. But just some major damage going on. Same on this top part. You can see where it came in. And then a little bit more cotton t-shirt. And just a huge stretch. A few more petals down in there also. But that thing was definitely moving out pretty fast. Sorry we weren't able to get the actual velocities on those rounds that we shot, but we will retest this one again just so we can actually get the numbers on it. I'll probably just throw some previous numbers up just so you guys get an idea what those things were moving, but really did a number on this gel, so really good to see. So there was that 41 Magnum. Here's just a little bit different of an angle, but tearing this stuff up. Nice deep cuts down in there. There we go. All right, here's that cross section for that 44. You can see this one did quite a bit of damage too. Huge cuts all the way down. I did remeasure this one in a few spots, and we're averaging about 3 3/4 inches. It was really hard to actually cut these because the tracks did kind of blend together. So we might have gotten a little bit more, but it was just really hard to tell because that block wasn't big enough for these big bore calibers, but did a ton of damage down in there. So good to see on that. So let's cut it open. All right, here's after being cut. This bottom is the right, this top side is the left. But same thing as that last one. As soon as it came in, about 1/4 inch in, started opening up nicely, dumping a little bit of that cotton t-shirt in here. You can see that huge stretch cavity going all the way through. And same thing with this one. Little tiny specks of lead in there that it did shed and leave behind, but got some major cutting going on. Really good to see. And same on this top side, same thing. Came in, opened up, nice wide stretch. A few more fragments down in here. And then same with this one, it's really just barely hanging on by a thread. But some pretty nasty cuts down in there. Super deep. So that thing was coming in doing a lot of damage. So there was that 44 Magnum. And same as that last one, just a little bit different of an angle. You can really see those huge tears and cuts, and then all those little tiny specks of lead down in there. Doing all kinds of damage. Once again, guys, thanks for checking this one out.